Hello, Jack.
Hello, Mr. Becker. How you doing?
Lovely.
Did you have your security cameras on last night?
Oh, yeah, I had them
Oh
on.
my
Yeah.
God, I can't believe.
Yeah, I guess I'm just shaking in my boot.
I guess so. Anyways, now this is a video because my ego can't let Logan Price get one up on me. I can't because apparently my ego is bigger than a certain genitalia area.
His ego couldn't override his big butt.
Yeah. Okay.
But he couldn't write checks he can't cash.
That's true. And what is a check he couldn't cash at Anarchy?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is right.
And 50%.
Anyways, Logan, and yesterday's video was not meant to hurt your obviously fragile feelings. You want my trainer. Listen. Now, it wasn't meant to hurt your feelings. It was meant to do something that you can't do, and that is stand up for a roster. True.
Whoa.
You see, Logan, you mentioned some things that, well, I won't say didn't set well or anything, because if I do recall, you're the one that's always trying to juice people up, get them fired up.
Juice people.
Find the old Hunter Becker so he'll show up at Anarchy.
Well, he found it.
Exactly. You see, Logan, that doesn't juice me up. Just the sight of you pisses me off. Just the sight of you trying to stand up for what you believe in pisses me off. Okay? You see, I respect you enough to give you numerous chances in my previous company. I respect you enough as a competitor to give you numerous matches against me. You see, Logan, this has nothing to do with what you said in your first video. This is what you had to say in your latest. You see, you made remarks that if you would have asked Hunter, if you would have asked Bob, hell, if you would have asked anybody in the roster or on the roster, they probably would have laughed in your face. And I bet you're wondering, what's that? The fact that you said you were the longest UCWA champion
2 times.
Twice is a great accomplishment. Okay? Whoop-de-doo. That's great. But while you were the longest reigning UCWA champion, I was over in ACBW putting people over. I was putting Will over. I was putting Josh over. I was having 5-star matches with Hunter. And then you had the nerve to say something about me trying 11 times. Well, me trying 11 times is 9 times better than you trying twice. You see, you can say what you want to about the previous company in GSW. Sure, I might have been, what was I? An 8-time champion GSW?
Mm-hmm.
An 8-time champion GSW because it was my company? No, that wasn't the case. The case was we couldn't put title on people like you to solidify the World Heavyweight title. So what do? I win the title, I'd go a couple months, I'd wrestle Hunter, Hunter would prove his worth, and there you go. New world champ. And then, if I'm not mistaken, my second ever UCWA event, I won the World Heavyweight title. True story.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this isn't about title runs. This is about one thing alone. The next event is called Legendary. This is legacies. My legacy is solidified. You can talk about me having a big ego, big whoop. My ego is solidified every time I step up in the backyard. I can have a big ego because I back it up. You think just because you had a 45-minute Ironman match with me and a 30-minute Ironman match with Mikey Reedy, that means something? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything until you have something to show for it. And right now, I'm seeing what appears to be a shell of a man. A man that had so many opportunities and chances, and now he's the show opener for Legendary with a match against John. You are really tearing up the backyard scene, buddy. You see, Logan, that is not a shot at you. If anything, that should be motivation for you. Yes, I was your trainer. Yes, I stuck my neck out for you more times than I probably should, but I believed in you. And I still believe in you. I just think you're a little overwhelmed at the transpiring events. I mean, not only did you lose your hair, you lost 50% ownership, which was your 50% ownership of UCWA, and now there's one man in charge. I think it's overwhelming you. I think before too long, Kane Larson's going to be coming back.
Boy.
You see, you're about to crack. You're about to crack under pressure, Logan.
Under pressure.
You see, the reason I have such a big ego is because I'm damn good at what I do. You said that you would take the thing that means the most to me in backyard wrestling, the World Heavyweight title. You're wrong. This doesn't mean the most to me in backyard wrestling. What means the most to me is the people that you're downgrading. What means the most to me is that Scott Mitchell, Josh Ballard, William the Spider Jackson, and I will address Will here in a minute, Kine, Browbeat, Hunter, Bob, Nicole,
Mr. Tate.
Scott, making sure that them guys have something that they can step out on when I'm gone. Again, like I said, Logan, if it wasn't for you and your unwilling ability to do your job, I could have been retired.
Okay.
Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? GSW, Death Clock, me and Hunter, we're done. We are done, correct? Done. Went into the GSW Hall of Fame. We had nothing left to prove. And then what do I see? I see a boy trying his best to sabotage the main event where your tag team partner won the World Heavyweight title. Let's fast forward to the opening of ACBW. I wasn't coming back. I wasn't coming back at all. And then Hunter texts me and says, we got an Oblivion problem. Is that not what you texted me?
Yep.
The exact words, we got an Oblivion problem.
So we got an Oblivion problem, and we need somebody to take care of it.
And what do I do? Me, along with Hunter, take care of Oblivion, and they were no more.
And we haven't seen him since.
Exactly. And then, let's fast forward a little bit longer to recently. Hunter texts me and says, I'm going to get Logan to put his 50% ownership up on the line. And I'm going to need someone to stand in while he's gone. And who does Hunter text? Me. You know why? Because unlike some people, I know how to run or help run a business. Correct?
Correct.
You see, back in GSW, the brains of GSW, Nicole Little, myself, Hunter Becker, Eric Tyler Mullins, and Bob Rudder. And what was GSW? A success. Something I want to point out too, if my ego is so big, I want you to go to the SVBW channel right now. I want you to look at mine and Khan's match, look at the views. I want you to go to mine and Mercer's match and look at the views. Off the roof. So you wonder why my ego is as big as it is. It's because I like putting companies on my back and carrying them. It's because I like the challenge of new talent. It's because I like the roster. It's because I want to see Scott. I want to see Khan. I want to see Josh Baller. I want to see... Never mind. I want to see Hunter. I want to see Nicole. I want to see Bob be successful. I want to see you successful, Logan. But you got that pity dick in your mouth, and no one can understand what your even purpose is. No one even knows what your purpose in backyard wrestling is now. But I'm going to tell you what your purpose is, and that's called Imperial Showdown. You see, my good friend Hunter Becker has brought to my attention that you want to do a match that no one's ever heard of. What's that match you mentioned? A Russian...
Virginia chain match.
Originally a Russian chain match, but this is going to be a Virginia chain match. But get this, it's not just going to be a pinfall match. No.
The only way to win is knockout.
No.
Or never mind.
No. You see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to up the ante. I'm going to make it a Virginia chain I quit match, and I'm going to wrap that chain around that big ass head of yours and make you say I quit. You understand? So at Imperial Showdown, you've been issued a challenge by a top dog. You, at Imperial Showdown, will be fighting for yourself. I, at Imperial Showdown, will be fighting for the entire roster. I do not want the Logan Price of old. I don't even want this new Logan Price. I want the Logan Price that would stand up for what he believed in. The one that would stand up for UCWA when everyone was bashing them. I don't want the deceiver. I don't want anarchy. I don't want any of your little hobbit-looking bitches. I don't want them. I want Logan Price, the man that I know he can be. And if you bring that Logan Price, then you can consider you have your trainer's respect. But you get one thing straight. And you get on the phone to your mentor right now. Because I can tell you're looking at this guy right now, and this is not the Beast. This is the Dustin Little that means business. You get on the phone, you talk to your mentor, and you get in the state of mind you need to be in before Imperial Showdown, because if you don't, if you do not show up as that Logan Price, you might as well dig your 6-foot hole, because I'm not done burying you yet. Two more people I want to address before I'm done.
And he said he was going to come to my house and bleed me to a bloody pulp.
What are you going to say to him?
I like to see you try. You couldn't even beat me on your best day, son.
That's right.
All I got to do is just knock it out. Bam, you're done.
I want to say something else about Logan that really stuck out in his video. At the end of it, you said, at least we have an actual world champion in UCWA. Do you really? Your world champion is ducking a female.
Ducking.
Your world champion has defended his title once and he lost to you, for God's sakes. That's a world champion to
I
you?
think it was a fluke.
How many times, Logan, have you seen me defend the world heavyweight title at the events? Every single one of them. How many times have I put on whoever I'm facing one of their best matches for the world heavyweight title? Me. Every time. Will has the capability to do something you don't, and that's actually become my protege. Will could be anything he wanted to be. Don't bash Will about being a world heavyweight champion, being a better world heavyweight champion than me. Will's a virgin when it comes to being a world heavyweight champion compared to me. That's something Lindsay can't take away from him either. Another thing that I want to address is a man in Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. I issued a challenge in my latest video. So, Gage Flair. This is a real world heavyweight champion. I take it offensive when you're saying you're the best and you are holding the real world heavyweight championship of Backyard Wrestling. So, Nature Boy. You see, according to the news and according to everything else, my schedule should be free mid-July, early August. So what I plan on doing, and trust me when I say this, I'm not coming alone, is I'm issuing you any type of match you want. Hell, if you want me to go buy a Walmart robe and wear it just so you can get off, I'll wear it just to get a match with you. So, straighten your hair real good. Put some hairspray in it. Get your woo-ing about you. And face the beast. Face one of the best backyard wrestlers. It's not that hard to do. I'm an open man. I accept any and all challenges. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
I will not come alone, but you don't have to worry about my gang. You can take your C4 or your 4-horse shenanigans and stick them straight up your ass, because I'm the one looking for a fight against you, no one else. So we can actually see who the real champion is. Woo! Woo! You sound like a damn mockingbird when you do that. Woo! 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 Let me tell you something. You might have your legacy, Gage Flair, but I've got mine. You might have your robe, but I have Beastville, and it's always open, especially to chumps like you, who need to be put in their place, or in your case, be put down. So, Gage Flair, what you gotta woo about now? I'm Dustin Little, ACBW World Heavyweight Champion. This is my best friend and owner, sole owner of ACBW and SVBW, Hunter Becker, and we are